Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are here still in Bestways Burrow, the home of the loporrits on the moon, and there are issues, yes, slight ones, but the loporrits are not happy that we aren't perfectly happy here, and I don't know. It's awkward right now. The final days will make brave fools of all of us. Back to old tricks. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he's a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Yishtol and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Children's Park. So, where's Urianger? There. Urianger appears to be heading toward the entrance of Bestways Burrow. Almost caught up. Urianger ventures off into Mara Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Follow Urianger from a safe distance. Don't be noticed. Stealth mission. Oh. Who's there?
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter.
Yes, and an entire world was saved. Including our friend Grahatir. And if you look at the story of a future that never will be, with the 8th Anvil Calamity, that too has been averted and probably wouldn't have been had the first fallen.
Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction.
Moonbreeder.
Dearest Moonbreeder, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians.
But what could you have done in the situation? You weren't even there. She was with me and I couldn't stop her either.
In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amurath was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Sometimes there is no right answer.
I am not alone in my discomfort, then? 'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
Neither can I. But we're alone with Urianger is very rare.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the loporrits proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers.
Yes.
A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Good.
What are they saying? Curse these ears and that barrel! No matter. We've got our plans.
That doesn't sound good. In truth, my reasoning for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own. A plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. But failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. It would be remiss of me to refuse thy amenity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in mine endeavor? I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestwaceboro. Difficult decision must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Etheris. To make clear our resolve to the loporrits, I would offer them a gift, but its making does require a most singular ingredient. Ah, an abundance of sponjoy, excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Numu, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requires considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch while I perform the incantation? So we're probably under attack. Urianger is wholly absorbed in weaving his enchantment. Until his work is complete, he will need to be kept safe from harm. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is faring. Still busy. There. 'Tis done. A magic ink, every ounce as efficacious as that crafted by the new moon. Whereas the occasion I would conjure mine own, but is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the loporrit will appreciate. Desiree, Urianger, oh thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten, or perhaps fallen into a crater. Ishtola has been looking all over for you, Desiree. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She was also quite clear she wished to speak with Desiree alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Urianger. But why not? It just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestways Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor loporrits. We would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating I would betray the trust of Highland's chosen, or worse, do anything to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor made to wait. Now, off with you. Worry not, Desiree, I shan't be long. Huh. But there is no landway from Senos Lacrimarum to Bestways Burrow. We needed Argos to get there, so how would the loporrits get a package delivered? Do we have secret tunnels or something? Everything is alright with you, Urianger? That's a relief. Oh, back so soon? Oh, Desiree, we thought you would be away for far longer. Livingway said you wanted to talk to me. A dire emergency, I said no such thing. But as you're here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Runningway, a companion of Growingway's, apparently has much to tell us of our final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest? Or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here. Maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... no? Well, if it's really that important... You can try using these... balls? Of moose flesh. Not to be confused with a... other thing. Mouse flesh. Runningway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective, you will see in Greatest Ends Valley when last I saw him. Let's split up and find him. So they're screwing with us. Search your surroundings for a running way. Wait, what was supposed to... Ow, that's smart. That was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. You ran. Are you running away? Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days? So I heard. Ah, that's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we got the time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the great voyage. It's true that Highland did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other loporrit around here. Less probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go on telling people I'm an expert, but I better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off. Huh. Oh no, you caught him? I mean, well done you. Any luck? I tried near the entrance, but there's no sign of him. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? I found him, but he said he doesn't know more than anyone else. So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I misremembered, yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. I'm afraid I'm drawing a blank for twice I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Living Way. Between Growing Way's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. What? No, hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me, yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives, yes. That's where you find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Growing Way, you're a terrible liar. If some scheme is afoot, surely Urianger would be first to see through it. Then again, he does tend to give others the benefit of a doubt. I'm beginning to grow tired of these games. The heart of the matter. Oh, what to do. I promised Living Way I would help, but... no, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the loporrits are up to something, but if there's ought to be learned of the final days, I think it's best we play along. For now, at least. The architecture of this place is impressive, though more than a little confusing to navigate. Is it too much to ask for clearly marked exits? Or a map, perhaps? What other knowledge do you suppose we could glean from their archives? The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing Way, enough. If you have naught else to tell us of the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourself not tell us that you must act quickly? Yes, we did, but... The moon was to be the perfect paradise for the people of Etheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We hoped you'd see the wonders we have to offer, but you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so the others must be kept here. Ah, so that's the Living Ways game. Run us about in circles and failing battle, lock us away so we can't put the plans at risk. Everyone except Urianger. He understands what is at stake, what must be done. I fear you misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks the thought of abandoning affairs and their reflections to their doom. If there is a way to avert the final days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. But why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs or maybes now. The people of Eferis will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe and we'll finally get to see all their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't yet let you leave. We just can't. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer number. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. You won't escape! Too strong. Please come quietly. We have to save them. There you are. Didn't rough him too badly, did you? Nope. Good, you're here. We must hurry to Watcher's Palace and find you, Urianger.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Etheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing. We loporrits were born of Heideland's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us. Help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words.
Even Urianger stumbled to say to that. But good save.
A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer: the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris, Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
Yeah.
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
Conviction? That flower, how came it into your possession? I didn't give it to me. How very like her. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions. Intentions which remain a mystery, even to us. In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
A declaration of hopes and aspirations. I hadn't thought of it that way before. The loporrits may be in good hands now, but that doesn't change the fact that their plan is a last resort I'd rather not employ. Let's see it doesn't come to that. But the first and all the other reflections. I chanced to spy you crossing the chasm. I feared something was amiss. But all is well, and more importantly, I've been given the opportunity to behold a wonderful sight. Keep the Alps close, and its light will be your guide. The loporrits think so highly of the people of the Ferris, yet it seems that their evacuation plan is the only way they know to express their adoration. If we had been more clear in our intentions from the start, mayhap we could have avoided this wrinkle. Something to keep in mind in future. The others will be happy to hear Urianger is going to stay and teach us all about the Ferris. We'll have to be careful not to get too distracted by his lessons. There's still maintenance to carry out, after all. Nice to meet you. Name's Puddingway. Sorry again for all the trouble. We promise we do better. Honest. Well, that's all rather embarrassing, wasn't it? At least we're on the same page now. People and the Ferris. We'll save both, or at least give it a good try. Till a growing way, I look forward to our next walk together. I will. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear it. There's little I can do to help stop the final days, but should you need to know of start reversal, look no further. Such knowledge I can offer in abundance, so do not hesitate if you find yourself wanting. This was a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift and ink. To serve and serve well, but where knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It will be no easy task to prepare them for what must needs be done, but gladly do I embrace this duty, even if it does necessitate that we part ways for a time. Forgive me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you, in all our fellow science. When next I return to Ferris, I pray I find you all in good health and good spirits. I need not remind you of the dangers we face, nor the countless lives at stake, both in the source and its reflections. Go with courage, my friend, and pray give the others my regards. Good, but I end the episode here. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Ace, and don't get lost.